Hello everyone and welcome back to a video of today. Where in today's video I will do a thing. Mostly just look at this incompetent, horrific structure and pray that it doesn't explode. Why am I trying to break through it? Oh gosh. Let me guess. No, not what I had in mind. It'd be cool when you press that, it's furniture. It'd be cool that if when you said that, like, click on that, it would auto-select the last building you were using. No, it just doesn't. Also, I have like a ton of dirt here. Right? Because if I click on that, there's 38 seeds. Now, I don't believe compost values are given for seeds, but I mean, they exist, I have to assume. Also, I have like a near endless source of plant husks. Well, I mean, actually I do, but have an endless source. But, yeah, the only thing I can really see these being used for is, that was a DM on my end, is gassy moos. Do you literally just produce biofuel? Biofuel can be used to make, yes, ammunition. But of course. Doesn't this turn into tallow? Is this how you're meant to get it? I don't have a husky moon. A husky moo. But I like how the plant husks are food for it, but I guess that's a way of automating tallow. That I've overlooked because gassy moos honestly don't have any interest to me. Seriously, I don't care. Well, I guess since they produce carbon dioxide, putting them in a surface pen doesn't matter nearly as much. Because, come on guys, like, let's be realistic here. This tile has 13 kilograms of carbon dioxide. Do I really need more? The answer is no. The answer is a hard no. Humans are extremely... Alright. They feed on plant husks and grass. Okay, is there anything in particular they want? Or do I just not know? See, that'd be really cool. And when I do a spaced out run of this, oh yes, that's on its way, folks. When I can get around to it. You better believe me, I'm actually kind of curious on that, because it's unique. And also CO2 is just dump it in space, like, come on. There's no way you expect me to process all that CO2. Because I frankly do not care. Yeah, the plant husks seem to be useful for that. Not wood, though. You can't make plywood without seemingly the prehistoric pack to give you the stuff to give you an alternate thing. Like, not fossils, but resin. I don't know. I struggle to comprehend. It's not gonna tell me if there's a thing in here. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Smooth hatches, unique. that doesn't count. Here in the organic mass. Or I could go to a shattered planet. Wow, that is something unique, huh? Considering the rocket literally doesn't move right now, that's quite impressive. Speaking of doesn't move, maybe I should fix that, huh? There's only one thing I can think of to do this task. I do have fibers. Wonderful. Is everyone's beds more comfortable? Oh yeah. No, we have moved up in the world. But before I do anything blatantly irrational, although mildly funny, let's actually channel this somewhere more useful. I don't think that's gonna cut it. So instead we'll use tungsten. Which means its overheat temperature should be about 175 degrees Celsius. Which, if my course in wishful thinking has taught me anything, it's that that's enough. And if you think otherwise, you're probably right. It's kind of weird how tungsten's only, it's like the refined variant and gold's the non-refined. I guess it makes it so you don't have to fight over which one you want more of. But, I don't know. Do what you want. I mean, that should be fine. Is it just me or have these trees always had spouts on them? Are you saying you could automate the trees? Like if I do this, would that work? I mean, I don't want the nectar, I want the ethanol, but like, I mean, is that an option? Do you see anything about seeds? No. A whole thing for slippery elements. Tallow is slippery? High oil. This is what I need. It can be turned into biodiesel, and it can be gotten by crushing slime. Or it's just liquid slime. So, does biodiesel do anything good? I mean, there's tallow, so you could, you know, deep fry things. I think I'm starting to realize I didn't even consider this last time I checked. Because, I mean, culinary, I guess. Yeah. Next time I'm choosing a slime location. Ah, but what about slime lug? Yeah, what about slime lung? I'm not the one breathing it. Cruel? I prefer unnecessarily cruel. At times. Now, some would say running a water pipe directly underneath a rocket engine in uninsulated pipes may have an adverse result. These people are smart. At least more than me, so, you know. I'm actually gonna do a little trick here. Right? To try and minimize the amount of pipes I need. You know, honestly, that's fine. That shouldn't take you that long, pal. The reason why I have it set up like this, super funky way, even though I did it wrong, but whatever. Simply because then I can just put that in backwards. I am a genius. If you're saying, should I raise it above the engine? Yes. Will I? No. Why? Don't care. I feel like by this point, it's probably going to be dealt with, so... Back to normal, reasonable, sedimentary rock pipes for literally no reason. Why is space a minefield of outputs? I mean, realistically, these should never output again, but to be safe, I'm just not going to give them the choice to. Wow, that's lovely. You're probably wondering where I'm getting all the water for this. Game, if I cared, I mean that's it really. If I cared, I just don't want it freezing in the pipes. I could just, you know, pump it in here. It's gonna have to be hand-fed to some degree, I guess. Does that mean I like it this way? No, not in the slightest. Do I really feel like I have the choice to do that? No. No, not really. But I'd rather make it work anyways. For this, I'm going to need the new bottle drainer. Again, we should have had that in the game for a small eternity by now. We just didn't. Don't even think about building that. It's not worth it. Also, plastic production seems to be going quite well. Oh yeah, look at all those movement buffs. Also, this still seems to be running. Toiling away. What's the oh no. Well, I think I found a source of water. Do I want to use this method? Actually, there is a... Wow, these new fluids look really nice. I mean, here's the truth, right? Here's the... There's been a volcano there the whole... What is in it? Oh, it's just a volcano. I was like, how good could it be? It's a 1. Never mind. Should have taken it at face value. Anyways, this has a brutal amount of CO2 in it. This area is not much better. It's kind of ridiculous how much these generators can produce. But I want to get in there and actually start pumping some of the stuff out. To do this, I have a brilliant plan. What if I just never drained the pool? Watir sot watir. So, The plan is moderately simple. We enter here. And we just mop up everything. Now, for the sake of my own convenience, I am going to do the shoddiest job imaginable. And cheat. Listen, I've had the ability all this time, and I just have not been doing it. So, you know, forgive me for just wanting to get it dealt with now. Just have to make sure not to release CO2. Heavens knows we have enough of that in the base already. You can't technically do this normally if you do it properly, but... Nah, I can't be bothered. Look, for the sake of time, I'm not installing like a pitcher pump and telling them to manually move the entire thing. That just sounds so painful. And it's also just straight up unnecessary, so I'm not going to do it. And you can't make me. Maybe I just want to make the game more entertaining for you lads. Diamonds don't need it. But it's a nice idea. Account for hydrogen. This game's good at anything, it's busy work. Can like a non-bionic come down here and actually like... Oh, they were sleeping. Well... Okay, that's another ping. Have I checked one yet earlier? That was not proper sentence? No, but I have now. It was nothing. Okay, I asked to make time for someone else in about an hour, and he said, okay, maybe sometime in the next few minutes. It's not been an hour yet, I'm not free. I started recording. Me and my very cursed mopping errands. Come on, pal, you got your work cut out for you. Alright, there's bleach. I have no fear in digging it up. Let's be honest, this base is already way too overpressured. So, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It boils over. Good luck. Then a pump goes in. Hydrogen wants to come out, but I've already blocked it preemptively because, you know. What tears? Call it greedy, but it's useful. It's also driving someone straight to a mental break. Maybe I should just not permit bionics at this point. They, really should not be working in here. Also, this is some dense and tough iron to store this much liquid, but I digress. It's iron. I wonder where I got that idea. Meanwhile, our principal is a bristle blossom, which will be cooked into even more unnecessary food. Riveting. But I want water. I see water. So I take water. Well, this is either going to be one of the best ideas I ever do, or one of the worst. And frankly, I think I've done already on this map, so... Well, there's only one way out of this. He is having a bit of a brain problem. Okay, you guys are just not permitted in here anymore. Like, ever again. You guys already have a mental break. Listen, Chip, really nice talk. How about you just, a little secret you can pull on your friends is, can't follow him. Let the Tesla coil cool down on his own terms. Oh, you're not fully discharging yourself. That's the one thing we don't have. Chip. Bottomless stomach accepts plates back. Alright, well. You, gonna work here, or... No, he's... Okay, he's fine. Look at that. Okay, I judged him a little too fairly. Oh no. He's free. He's free. I did not mean to take that off you. Oh, shoot. What did I even take off of him? Not his confetti suit. Will that override him? Where even is... What is this coming from? What the fuck? How are you doing that? Maybe we should leave him that way for a little bit. It's a little frightening. It's not normal to see a dupe use transcendence against you. I don't like that idea. Actually, one of these is a water pipe, so, you know, it's fine, really, all things considered. I mean, if I'm gonna be running water down here, I mean, so what? I mean, my base is not going to be producing more water, so... I think it's a pretty safe assumption to just, rejig it a little bit. This also does need to get filtered, but... that's fine. Can you not play in that room ever again, Chip? Thank you. For some reason, I guess I just don't feel like working on things. Which, I mean, fair, but also kind of annoying. Now, I'd like to do this, but, you know, foresight was not with me, so we are now making the forbidden circle of power line. It's not a big deal, it's just a little bit really annoying, but, whatever. These insulated ones with plastic. I'm surprised how long it took us to get these 4-watt things. Because, fun fact, the large power transformer is a 4-watt transformer. Which ironically means you need to use 2 normal transformers. But it was used to be the normal one, and it used to only go to... basically, it was the same thing as this. So it's 4 kilowatts. This one is 1 watt. I I really don't know why there's not a 2-watt option. Because there's like no perfect way to split a conductive wire. Not one. I don't know, I just think it's unique. And I nearly did something really dumb. We're gonna make sure the water level doesn't go too low. Because if this goes below a certain amount, like if it goes below here, I don't want the CO2 to get ideas. That is a lot of CO2. Like a nearly incomprehensible amount to me. Like I don't know what I would do if I had gotten to the base. I don't think I'd be happy about it though. I prefer if this could get swept, thank you. And I would like to up the priority on this construction. But yeah, that should be everything that's needed. The flyroids can deal with other debris, it's fine. Really fine. Now you're probably saying, how do I plan to treat, you know, the polluted water in this? And, well, admittedly, that's a great question. I have literally no clue. It's always nice to see a big buffer. Doing that early game is just, fun, but hey. Crabs. Those crabs are violent sometimes. Oh, shellfish. Oh, that's why. Honestly, that end of the animation made a lot more sense than it usually does. I too would be rather fearful if those things nearly caved my head in. Also, further clarification that the bionics are really the only ones in this entire colony doing anything. Gee, thanks. Honestly, I complain. I do. But you know what? They're cool about it. You know? Maybe they're just cool. That's okay. Am I going out of my way to mine iron? Shush. I need it, you know? So I can immediately blow it on something else. Like the, you know, the usual steel. Yeah. I would never go out of my way just to mine iron. It's right here in front of me and I really want it. I'd never, and if you think I would, you are a scoundrel. Yeah, said it. Not many choose to accept that fact, but it's true. You're probably also wondering, won't this add more strain on the network? And to which I say, it's only got multiple metal refineries, and one of these aren't even keeping up, so it's fine. Oh, it cooled off. And as much as I want to keep these metal refineries running... Nah. Another question has, how did this get so cold? It's fully insulated. Oh. That's how. I mean, it's literally so cold in here, I can unironically just open the doors and drain it. 40 degrees is not something I'm a stranger to. Guild. Tell me, Mr. Powers, do you like gold? First, good as bionics are and fast and such. Man, do they just teach you a lesson in terms of power demands. Which we're gonna do this? Yep, immediately getting work done. That's just a good way to see how to make normal duplicates just faster. So that's really it. They're just not fast enough. And I heard if you have them all running on hamster wheels, apparently they can get pretty damn good. But I'll have to see that. To believe that. I also do have a source of, well, admittedly hot salt water. But it's still water. There's all of this water, but it's a little preoccupied. I'm just gonna take it we don't have anything. Okay, now it's time for me to remember what's actually in this menu that I was looking for. Ah yes, refined mercury. $15, okay, they're just not doing it. Is that where the power... That should be where the power shut-off is, what? So it is unlocked. Okay, well. There it is. I'm just bad at looking at things, it seems. The fact that these are both on the same grid is unique. Well, I'm certainly not complaining. Remember when fluid storage used to look like a water tower made of wood? Like, I'm not making that up. That was the original template art. Before it was turned into this rectangle of fluid capacity. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it like this. It's just, yeah. Also, they got buffed so they could hold more fluid. They weren't the best at it originally. How long have I been accepting petroleum for? Alrighty. I haven't heard that sound in a long time. Let's just say, pleased to hear it again. You literally can't just... Huh. Oh. It's a lot of water. Yellow. You are not qualified for this. I don't think I was the only one who knew that. Still a great sound. And they didn't lock themselves in. Which was honestly really unexpected. Did it cool off in here? No. If anything, it got warmer somehow. Huh. How? Because this came in warm, it heated it up. Huh. Well, that's a little unique. Also, when it says it's flooded, it's not like flooded as in a problem, it's flooded as in its statement. Right? Well, boop. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way, huh? Open. Open. I'm just building a steel one this time. I can't be bothered. Why in this day and age are we still building this stuff? Why not use like igneous rock? Much better. Also, our new principle is another seed. I mean, hey, it's better than force rejecting all options like it used to be. Because it used to be that way. Also, time to unlock the electrolyzer. At a completely reasonable and well-placed point in the game. Yeah. Yeah. Really take a good job on the tech tree, huh? Anything I could be bothered to get, I already did get. Just do this purchase system. Oh, that's how it works. Never mind. And that's the electrolyzer. Finally, we can tackle the oxygen problem, which has been solved over a year ago. Oh my goodness. Why are you lying about being trapped? I'm happy the power went out on you. Mainly because there's still people operating in the hot zone, and I don't want you to do it to them. as nice as that is, that's definitely going to upset this storage container. But it rises pretty rapidly. Let's not stay in the liquid pipe area. Wow, that's hot. And putting a radiant pipe in there would really be smart, but I just cannot be bothered for some reason. Really should be, but no, I can't. And done. Well, when this thing's out of its power outage, which is caused by an oil outage, we'll be saved. And up, the oil is running. We're just overheating. Okay then. The issue is why I don't want to repair this. Is simply because I have a feeling to reject all of it, but hey, at least I won't have to bottle anything new after. Is that, why is that one of steel? Okay. This also does mean the oil zone is still heating up. Let's fix that. Too hot, too unfertilized. And mercury's melted. Interesting. And hey, there's better power lines now if I must. Not you too. And wait, you accept filling when I don't even know if I understand what to make of that, really. A gasket has yet to be discovered, huh? Okay then. Well, gotta add to the line a bit more. It's this original purple pipe. Maybe you guys should stop provoking those crabs, I'm just saying. We're not gonna allow auto bottle, it's just gonna be to hand feed all that's come out, because now I have way more than I'll ever possibly need. Also saltwater purification. A pretty valid method as long as you don't mind the heat that normally comes with salt water. Also, this permanent thing is just simply not enough. Let's bend our own rules a little bit. Oh, and also this is deadlocked, like, entirely now. So I guess we know what that means. Already, I prefer this. Okay, priorities, dudes. I admittedly no longer care about this thing. Okay, I am tired of asking, dudes. This is gonna get settled one way or another. And I call the shots around here, so thank you. It's like a jungle gym from Slick Series. It's just not one I enjoy. Keep in mind, this entire tank was plugged in just so this would not be necessary. Oh wait, it isn't still. Ugh, worrying. Thought I nearly had an actual thing to be responsible for, but it turns out the line's jammed in just such a way that it's not actually a problem. Which is as weird as it is convenient, honestly, all things considered. So, you know, just plug it in here. That's a Kickstarter. Are all these pipes made of cinnabar? This one's made of iron ore. Thanks for crude oil. Ooh, this is filling up quite nicely. Why is there still petroleum? This is what I was always hoping to see. A giant vat of oil, and this is nearly drained. We're definitely not meeting demands, huh? Well then. It's, quite fun. Most of this came from the generators and zombies. Okay. Okay, for as nice as this idea was, I need a... Yeah. Now someone needs to run one of these, like, now. They're using their favorite one. For some reason, they always prefer the last one. Really not certain why. Pardon me. I just don't want a bionic waste their motivation on something as simple as this. They might be saying, how do the other people breathe? And that's a great question I will answer later. Yeah, later. Should be in this area, huh? Considering these look like new sprouts, do new ones just come from the sky every now and again? They do. Huh? Really? This planet rains trees. Well, I can't say I'm the most expecting of that. But I mean, hey, that's pretty cool, honestly, all things considered. You know, snowing trees. Well, tree seeds, if it was entire trees, I'd... well, you know. What the And thank you for reminding me I need to put drywall in here. We're gonna use piss yellow for decorative purposes in the boiler. Oh, okay, okay. We're leaving now. And the grid's exploded. Well, that's swell. Can't imagine why shorting it out like that would have a result. To be honest, this is probably better. Okay, then. You see, running both of those refiners at the same time might have caused a effect. Okay, I'd say this one's done enough. This one is almost drowning in liquid mercury. Which sounds about as unpleasant as it gets, all things considered. Yeah, phosphor. Or phosphorate, I mean. Yeah. It's used in fertilizer, those which are newish. Not really at all, but now to me they are. They're a product of many things, it seems. But they're used to grow the plant I care about, right? Yes. 400 grams? Is that 4 kilograms a cycle? Okay. I just want them toiling away at something. I don't know. There we go. No, also this got finished. So, you know, all things considered, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen from knocking out this much of the water tank? I'd say probably not much. Also, what I see is very hit or miss at times. Woo! That was fast. In 3 times speed, obviously. But current generators, don't worry, you weren't gonna drown on my watch. Wow. Bunch of poison tanks. Not relevant. Let the bionics in the room. Iron is good though. Alright, Chip, I'm sorry, but you kinda need to, get the results. I click one button and it immediately overloads. Yes. Now the normal dupe just arrived. Runs. Look at that, it's a piss waterfall now. Isn't this game great? Pissful. It would be greater is if we had consistent power, but we are using most of it. So, you know. Whoa. But yeah, I'd say our oil problem's been fixed mostly. Oh. Wow. They, still went through, huh? Now let's see how impossible this will be. Concerningly easy. Nope, wait. If I build the thing at an offset, it would work. Well, this is a little curse. Also, you do realize I put a deconstruction error on that because I wanted it gone? Or was that just not remember? You know, now that I think about it, this is like a lot of water too, isn't it, huh? 5 tons of polluted water. Maybe I should just consider processing that water. You know, considering I already dealt with the other one and we're not done yet. Like, there's a lot of it down there. But that sounds like a lot of effort, and I personally don't really want to be too bothered by that. So what I'll do is I'll just, do the next best thing and tell it to be made of gears. So hopefully someone knocks it down and knocks it free. Oh well. Mega Joule in storage, considering how the generators have been off most of this time. I'm not complaining. But if you can believe it, that's already all of it for this one video. So to recap and leave notes for me next week, because I kind of recorded these at a week offset. Rocketry. With enthusiasm, please. Acknowledge the fact that this pump's still on. Is it? Promptly stop acknowledging that this pump is on, because it isn't. Alright, this metal refinery is ready. Address oil. This is working. This is no longer working. But I specifically requested that you don't bubble over. I specifically requested that you don't do this. Why? Okay, well. Change of plans. I don't know how to fix this. You think this is a stopgap solution? No, it's not a solution. I guess the only thing left to do is just run this more, which means more oil. We have oil again. Do our dupes have it in them? Also, can we please prioritize the better one? The one that has more in storage? Like, seriously. Stop going for the furthest one. It's just weird. So why was he building steel again? I feel it's a preemptive measure or something. Oh, thank you. This is where you stab much faster. Oh no. So that's how they nerfed police order. That are people who don't like to just do it like this again. This is a new tank. They already knocked out the 5 tons that was in there. When I had 18 tons in one bottle just because of bionics, that wasn't even a good setup either. Yeah, should say something, huh? A little awkward to see this all pumped out, huh? But yeah, next time, production oil. More of it. A lot more of it. And the rest is kinda that, huh? So production oils, rocketry, and unfortunately, in base game, you need to use steam, which is, objectively, like, the most annoying one to work with. But oh well. Ingenuity. No need for that, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, you can be harvested out. Why not? I really just did not build this close enough, huh? I literally do not care about that. But that's all in this video. I hope you guys have all enjoyed. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and see you around, I guess. Might get copyright striked. Wait, I should not